Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Today is Tuesday, September 21st. I'm going to set up the room real quick and then we can get started. So let's see. I'm going to check the news as well. I can't remember if there was news today. I think today might be not as heavy news as Wednesday. I know Wednesday the Fed's going to be speaking, so I'm going to go and double check that shortly. So let me finish setting this up and then we can get started with our analysis for US 30 this morning. Got this set up right here. Okay, got that YouTube set up. The Zoom link for you guys here in the premium. All right, cool. All right, cool. Got that all set up right there. I'll start letting people into the room. Let me just finish setting this up real quick. Got this good right there. All right, let me start letting people into the room. So I marked this trade up right here. I marked up a couple trades actually. This one right here would have hit full TP this 1 minute, and then again over here, this 1 minute would have hit full TP as well. So I mean, looking at the trades this morning, they've been pretty good so far. So hopefully, it continues to move a bit smoother throughout the week. Tomorrow's gonna be pretty crazy, so I don't expect the market to move smooth at all next week. But I mean, for the most part, everything's looking pretty good. So we'll keep looking for that. Let me just let everybody into the room real quick. Once everyone's in the room, we can get started with our analysis. So people are still making their way in. 6:22. So we got about 8 minutes till market open. No real rush. We're just waiting for this to kick the morning off. Let's see. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Shane. Morning, Maria. Morning, Ellis. Morning, Alkin. And guys, just a reminder, we do have the group mentoring session today at 2 p.m. So if you guys want to sit in on it, then you guys are more than welcome. And come with your questions, guys, because I'm here to help you guys out with whatever questions you guys have. Let's see, morning. Let's see. Yeah, morning, everybody. All right, let me just finish setting this up real quick, and then we can get started. So let me see, I got this to this. That's right there. All right, solid. I think that's good for the most part. Just real quick. All right, that's good. I'm letting everybody into the room real quick. Hey, Brandy, happy Tuesday. Morning, Lisa. Morning, David. Morning, Dean. Morning, everybody. Looks like it's good right there. I'll make sure this is good right here as well. All right, that's good. That's good. All right, looks like everything's good to go. So it's 6:24 right now. We got about 6 minutes to market open. Market will be opening shortly. I'll be analyzing the charts right now to show everything from the technicals to the fundamentals to the retail sentiment. Morning, Matt. Morning, Delmas. Brandy's asking, will you be sending out a link to the group mentoring session on Telegram? Yes. So Brandy, I'll be sending out the link just like I do for these live sessions. It'll be posted shortly before, or like usually I get on a little earlier. So like maybe like 30 minutes before I'll send the link out so that everyone has time to join in. And then we'll start with our intro questions and we'll get through with the more detailed questions as the session continues. Morning, Peter. Morning, everybody. So 6:24 right now. Looking at the 1 hour over here, we have a bearish bias. Reason for that is because price is below the pivots. The trend meter is red. Looking over here at the 10-minute, we also have a bearish bias because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. On the 3-minute, same situation. Price is below the pivots. The trend meter is also red. And lastly, here on the 1 minute, price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. So looking at the technical analysis here, everything looks pretty bearish. So we're probably going to be looking for some sells. Further looking at the fundamentals over here, fundamentals are currently in the green, 184 points, but we'll see what happens when the market actually opens. Looking over at retail sentiment is currently 57% long. So everything's kind of pointing towards the downside, right? This right here is bullish, but I think when the market opens, it's actually going to drop because of where price is moving. Or what might happen on the open is we might get some manipulation, right? You've seen a lot of manipulation the past couple of weeks where you'll see price go up pretty sharply. It'll spike up, and then maybe it'll come to like one of these areas right here, one of these either the New York high or Asia high, and then it'll just come straight back down, right? That's probably what might happen here. They might try to fake people out. And the reason for that is because majority of people are still long right now. 57% of traders are long in the market. So they want to give them, what I call a gimme. They give them a little incentive to stay into this long position. So they spike price up slightly, and then they spike it all the way back down. That's probably what's going to happen. Looking over here on the 3-minute, same situation. Price might spike up a bit to this area, maybe test this right here, or even push even higher, test this right here, and then it'll come down from either point, right there or there. If you guys saw my analysis yesterday during the live session, it did exactly that. This is exactly what we anticipated, and it did exactly that. So we'll see what happens when the market actually opens, because we need to see what the fundamentals are looking like to see if there is actually manipulation happening. Like yesterday, right? Yesterday, the market was completely red. Entire stock index was red the entire period, but price just continued to go up, right? So you saw price go up like early morning on the 20th right here, and then look at this big crash to the downside, right? But it played out exactly how we thought, because when the market opened right here, I said, price is probably going to spring up because of where everything was looking, and then it came all the way back down. So that's probably what's going to happen again today, but who knows? We'll know once the fundamentals are released. Our market is opening in about 3 minutes. Once the market does open, we can confirm, what it's looking like. So other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything here. I think that's about it for the most part. Yeah, I think for the most part, that's good. All right, cool. So morning, everybody. Let me make sure everything here is good. That's set. That's solid. Hey, Jermaine, morning. Morning, W ladies low, Grew. Morning, Grew. Morning, Riga. Morning, Gak. Good morning, everybody. So market's opening in about 2 minutes. We still have a bearish bias here on the technical side. Once the market actually opens, we'll confirm the fundamentals, and then if it's confirmed as a sell, then we'll probably look for a sell. So let's see. In order for us to have that entry here, we need a sell signal. We also need a strong red candle to confirm it. So let me go over here real quick and just temporarily set this up if we do get it. One thing I want to check as well was the let's see, what was this point yesterday? Yeah, so if you guys took the breakout, or not the breakout, the daily entry yesterday, some people still take it when it's negative, when it's an invalid signal. So if you guys took that right there, that's what it came straight down. So we have a lot of volatility in the market now. We can probably start applying the daily entry, only if it looks good, right? I'm not going to take any shortcuts and take it if it's invalid, but I did see some people take it how it was invalid, and they made some pretty nice profit off this move here. All right, market's opening in about 40 seconds. Once the market opens, we can confirm the fundamentals. Once we confirm the fundamentals, we can decide when to take the entry. Morning, William. Morning, everybody. Let's see. All right, we got 20 seconds till market open. Once the market has opened, we can determine what trade we decide to take. So, all right, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the market's open. So here's official market open right here. Let's see what happens with price. So let me go over to the fundamentals real quick, refresh this. The entire index is green. So super green right now. Maybe we'll be looking for some buys, who knows. It's currently up 158 points. So you can see price coming down right here. And this is like really tricky because the technicals are showing a sell, the fundamentals are showing a buy, and the retail sentiment showing a sell as well, because we want to trade opposite of retail sentiment. So sentiment right now is currently 57% long. We generally want to look for a sell here. However, the fundamentals are currently very green. It's up 156 points. So we'll see what happens here. The entire index is green as well. Yeah, this huge drop. So as you guys can see, this is obvious manipulation, right? So what I mentioned before, as I said, if the fundamentals were going to show a sell, it was probably going to spike up, and then vice versa. If fundamentals are showing a buy, price was going to spike down. So price is doing the complete opposite. This is technically the breakout right here. It's very risky breakout. I don't think I'm going to take it. I'll just watch it. I don't recommend anyone take it unless you can handle the risk. If you guys want to take this trade, take it with a smaller lot size. So take it with a smaller lot size, and always remember to move your stop loss in profit when possible, because this looks way too risky. I'm not going to take this. Reason for me not taking it is because the fundamentals are completely green. You know, you're going against the strength, the grain here, because everything is pointing towards the upside. However, price is still starting to drop. So last thing you want to do is enter this, and then as soon as you enter, it spikes all the way back up, right? So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that this is a super risky trade. You know, if you guys want to take it, you know, feel free. I would move your stop loss in profit if you guys already took it. I didn't take it myself, so I'm just going to watch it. I'll take the scalps after. This is just too risky for me to enter, because the fundamentals are pointing straight up. So it's US 30. Because it's already past the halfway point. So if you guys are in the trade, I recommend you do move your stop loss in profit already. I'm not in the trade. I don't recommend anyone take it unless you know what you're doing, and unless you're using a safe lot size, because right here, it's just everything is completely green. So you can probably expect like a slingshot to the upside, you know, within, I don't know, probably even right now. But TP1 would have been right here, 250 pips. So technically, if you were following the exit strategy, once it hit TP1 right here, you'd move your stop loss in profit to TP1 to guarantee that. However, if you wanted to hold it to full TP, it would have been down here. But you know, like I mentioned, I'm not going to take the trade because it's just way too risky. It's way too risky. I don't like going against the grain, guys. Like I only like taking trades that I'm like 100% sure are going to hit. And you know, if everything here is green, I'm not going to go against it. Also, looking over here at the fundamental analysis for the daily average, it's 124 points in the green. Also looking over here at the futures data is currently 185 points in the green as well. Looking at the news here on CNBC, they're mentioning that the Dow rebounds slightly from Monday's rout, gaining more than 100 points. So with this said, I think price is probably going to go opposite. So maybe I want to, no, I'm not going to. I'm so tempted to hop into this right now because CNBC just released good news. So when they release good news like this, it generally does the opposite. So this is usually like how the market works, right? You see CNBC here dropping good news about US 30 because they're saying that the Dow rebounds and it gains more than 100 points. And then you see price doing the complete opposite and dropping. I'm really tempted to enter this, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to wait for some scalps. So let me turn on my my alerts here, and I'll be waiting for the move to follow this temporary move right here, because I still see this as temporary. I see this spiking up at some point, and the reason for that is because the fundamentals are completely green. So yeah, unless this starts to change, unless this starts to go below the 100 mark, then I'm probably going to see it swinging back up. Otherwise, if it continues to stay above 100 points in the green, then I see it swinging back to the upside at some point. Because look at the index, guys, it's completely green. There's like one red stock, which is 3M, and 3M is only down 0.32 points, which is not very much. That's very little points. Literally, like any of these stocks above here can cover these red stocks. So the strength to the upside outweighs the downside heavily. But you can see price still drops here pretty heavily. This is obviously a bunch of manipulation because they're trying to stop a lot of people out. I see this as a trap. I see them trapping people hopping into the sell because a lot of people don't look at fundamental analysis, right? A lot of people just look at the technicals, and if you just look at the technicals here, it looks like a sell, right? And look at how price spikes up right here. So a lot of people here see this as a sell if they're not looking at the fundamentals, but we look at the fundamentals here. So we're looking at it right now, it's all green. So we see where price is actually going to go. This is like a temporary drop. And you can see this big spike up to the upside. This is exactly why I didn't want to take that sell, because I knew this was going to happen. Let's see as we continue on with this. Deswell is asking, good morning, K2. Shawn, did you send me an email about K2 Prof on Telegram? I didn't, Deswell, that's probably a scammer. So be careful with the scammers on Telegram, guys, or on any other platform. If there's a lot of people who are pretending to be me, and I haven't emailed anyone about a prop firm. So this is exactly what we were looking for, right? I was looking for price to spike back up, and it did exactly what I anticipated. So I'm done looking at this breakout right here. Hopefully you guys got out with profit. If you guys did take it, I did advise that this was going to happen. This is why I didn't take the sell, because the fundamentals here were completely green. It was going to have to slingshot back up at some point. See, this is all green, literally all green. So fundamentals always come first, guys. A lot of people like to just look at technicals here. I look at the fundamentals first. That's key. That's the fundamentals are going to be leading. The second will be probably retail sentiment. Technicals are actually last. So a lot of people look at only technicals, and that's where a lot of people get caught in these traps because they don't know where the fundamentals are going. So looking at this right here, all green, and look at this spike right back up to the upside. So I'm looking for a buy here now. What I'm looking for is for price to retrace from where it currently is. And I'll put the requirements here. I'm looking for price to come back up here, retrace, and swing back to the upside, right? That's exactly what I'm looking for right here. Once I get that, I'll take the buy. And I'll continue writing it up because the fundamentals here are very strong. It's very strong for a buy here. There's only one stock that's red, which is 3M as well. And it's only red 0.77. So you look at Johnson & Johnson here, Johnson's up 0.88. So just this one stock right here could cover that red. Everything else is green. Looking over here at the daily average, it's up 191 points. So I mentioned earlier, if it stays above 100, I'm going to look for some buys. If it goes below 100, maybe we'll start to look for some sells. But right now, it's a strong buy. All right, so I'm looking for the same thing here on the 3-minute. Get this going right here. Look at the 10-minute over here. Let's see if we have any zones around this area in case you want to take some snipes. All right. Also be looking for the daily entry as well. If we get a buy signal, then obviously it's going to be the key to take the daily entry here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both the strategies here. Here is the daily strategy. And here is the snipe strategy. So there's two different strategies that we're looking to apply here for the 10-minute. When I see them, I'll go over it. But right now, we just don't have anything available yet because we need a wick rejection off the pivot and structure. We also need a valid buy signal. I'm hoping that buy signal doesn't come on this candle. I want it to come on the next one because we don't take the opening candle right here. We take the one following it. Damn, look at this big push to the upside. It did exactly what we anticipated. So I'm hoping, like, if you guys decided to take that breakout, that you guys pulled out in profit when I mentioned, or if you guys didn't take it, you guys were patient with me and just waited for price to actually go where it was supposed to go. And this would have been a huge profit right here too. If I caught it from the bottom here, now it's almost 2,000 pips. That's like 20,000 if I was taking a 10 lot profit. So, all right, we're looking for the retracement now. So price is now pushing up higher and higher. I'm currently just looking for the retracement. After I get that retracement, I will be looking for a buy. So let me scroll over here real quick and see if I'm missing anything. All right, so Paul said made 1,000 on the sell. I knew price would drop on the open due to everything being green and heavy on the green side. No, smart move right there, Paul. So Paul did make some profit off that. Roger is asking, Paul said, holy shit, made 4,000 on the buy. So Paul actually, so this is what's important, guys. If you guys understand what I'm referring to here, for me, I don't like taking risks, right? But a lot of people in the group, they understand what I'm talking about when I say price is going to swing back up. Paul actually took advantage of that analysis that I did, where I looked at the fundamentals and I said I was going to slingshot back to the upside. So Paul took the trade. He actually made 4,000 off that. So Paul, if you want to send your profits over here, you can we'll look at Paul's profit. Paul locked in some pretty nice profit off that buy right there. Another question here from Roger is asking, are you looking for buys because the market sentiment is really not strong enough, under 60% long, to prevent you from taking trade in the same direction as sentiment? So sentiment is fine when it's like, yeah, like you mentioned, Roger, like below 60% is okay. Like right here, retail sentiment is only like at 57%. So generally, if it's below 60%, even like 62% is okay, because price can still be pushing to the upside, right? Generally, if it goes above like 62 to 63%, I usually don't like looking for buys, because I don't like trading in the direction of retail, unless the fundamentals are very strong. So like if this is how the market looks, where it's completely green, then in this situation, then yeah, maybe I'll take some buys, even though retail sentiment is strong on the buy side, because the fundamentals are always going to lead, right? So this is going to be number one. Like this is going to be my number one asset when looking for, which direction to trade. I'll look at fundamentals first. Next, I'll look at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment and technicals are kind of hand in hand. They're equal to one extent or the other, but fundamentals are always going to be number one. So if the fundamentals are all green and this is, it's long, then I'll probably still look for some buys, because the thing is we're scalping. So we're not in the trade for that long. We just want to get into the trade real quick, make some profit, pull out. It's not like we're holding the trade for like hours, because if you're holding it for hours, you're probably gonna get caught in the switch to the opposite side. Morning, Alex. Morning, everybody. So now we're looking for these entries here. The breakout is over with. It's 6:41 right now. We're looking for either the daily entry, the snipe, or the 3-minute pivot or 1-minute pivot. So these are the three strategies that we're looking at right now. Yeah, no problem, Roger. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Jamie's asking, is that 2 p.m. your time? Yes, that is correct. Let's see. So Alex over here, he took some nice trades. He said done for the day. He followed momentum and break even as soon as possible, stop trading because his phone kept lagging. So Alex over here locked in a total of 1,154. Nice work, Alex. He took the sell initially, pulled out in profit, then he switched to the buys and made a huge outcome right there. So definitely great work there, Alex. Let me save that to our profits for the day. Rick over here took the buy as well, locked in a total of 1,153. Nice win right there, Rick. Scrolling down right here, Cheryl locked in a total of 948. She traded both ways as well. Great work, Cheryl. Let's see, Albert over here locked in a total of 237 off his personal account. His second account over here, he locked in a total of 1,064. Great work, Albert. So as you guys can see, a lot of people here locked in some pretty nice profit off these little moves here, right? It's not very difficult to lock in profits as long as you guys follow directions and you guys are listening to what I'm saying here on the live session. So pending entry here on the 1 minute. The problem with this entry here, if we do get a buy, is that it's going to be close to the Asia high and New York high. So I might not take the trade. I might wait for it to break above it before I enter it. But I'll let you guys know, if that becomes the case. Let's see if there's any other profits here. Paul. So this is Paul in the group over here. Paul's the one that took he made 1,000 trading for the sell. So he took the breakout to the downside. He exited when I mentioned to. So he made 1,000 off that. Then he took a buy from the bottom, locked in a total of 5,136 this morning. We've only been online for about 13 minutes. And Paul's in profit 5,136. Great work, Paul. Amazing work, actually, man. You like listen to me perfectly to the T, and you locked in some pretty great profits right there. Alex again right here. Alex said he was done, but he switched over his computer. He's now in profit 1,446 this morning. No losses, straight wins. And that's the key here, guys. This is what I'm trying to get across to you guys. I want to make sure that you guys are consistent, not really losing trades, and your profits are just stacking on top of each other, right? Alex did great work here. He listened to me for that sell. He made profit off the sell. Then he caught into the buy, took some buys there, and he caught back into the sell right here, locking a total of 1,446. So amazing work there, Alex. Charlie over here locked in a total of 712. Looks like he took the sell right there, pulled out when I mentioned to, made his profit, swung back to the buy, and now locked in a total of 712. So great work right there, Charlie. Looking over at Larkin locked in a total of 3,003 straight wins, no losses. This is what I like to see, guys. I want to make sure that you guys are, consistent with your trades and doing really well with your consistency here. Patricia as well. Patricia locked in a total of 2,032 straight wins right here, no losses. And like she said, patience is key. She waited for the price to swing to the upside, like I was doing, and she caught a big profit off that. So she's in profit a total of 2,032 today. Dre as well over here. Dre had a couple losses here. It looks like they were kind of accidental. but total of 167 in profit. So we had a couple losses up here, but then he made it right back, right down here. It looks like he might have entered a little too early, or it might have closed out a little too early, and then ended up, locking in some pretty nice profit right there. So great work right there as well, Dre. Here is a pending buy for this 1 minute. We got about 20 seconds here. If I see it, then we'll hop into it. If not, and we have a pending buy here for the daily as well. And a snipe. Yeah, this thing is super volatile right now. So this candle right here is huge. I don't know if I'm going to take this right here, because if you guys want to enter, you got to enter like real quick. Oh, crap. I already hit TP. Should I pull out of this trade? Yeah, so if you guys want to enter, yeah, it actually already hit TP, so you guys would have to pull out of that like super quickly if you guys decided to enter it. My freaking MT4 is lagging. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull out of this. Yeah, so it already hit TP. I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but this thing moved like it moved like way too fast. Let's see if I could put this right here. 3, 4, 2. All right. So I'm just gonna wait for the next one. So we have that right there. I'm gonna be looking for the next entry here. I mean, whoever caught it, you guys caught it really quickly. Otherwise, I'll be looking for the snipe here, because there's actually a snipe entry that's pending right here. So a snipe, and also the daily entry right here as well. And my MT4 was like lagging. I didn't have the one-click trading enabled, so it didn't let me enter right away. But I did enter for like a quick little move over here. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't make much profit off it, but I did, because I accidentally entered it. I only made 210 off that trade. So not very much, but man, I gotta be quicker. I was so slow with that trade. So here's a 1 minute scalp right here that hit the TP. I entered but it was already at TP. So it pushed up right here and actually just pulled out with a small profit, 210. Not a huge profit, but profit is profit for the most part. Nice. So a lot of you guys here did make some profit off it. Paul made another 2K, and KC made 105. He said it was risky. No, it was risky because we entered like super late. And that was I should have had my MT4 already set up. So let me just get this over here real quick. Give you guys a little update for whoever caught that. A lot of you guys did catch it though. So let me see. Albert caught it. Jermaine caught it. Let's give you guys a small little update right here for that. This thing's shooting up like crazy. So this is what I mean about, focusing on the fundamentals, because fundamentals are super green. And damn, this thing just shot up like heavy right there. I should have just held on to it. I pulled out because I set a TP and it pulled me out in profit, but I didn't really make that much. Jermaine over here, he locked in a total of 1,335 today. Nice. So he took the scalps right there as well, locked in some nice profit. Again, right here. So you guys can see Jermaine's updates throughout the morning, right? Jermaine texted me at 6:35. He locked in 1,335. And Jermaine's not even on the premium. He's here on the YouTube and he's still locked in profit. So again, right here, 6:35, he was in profit 1,335. Again, right here at 6:38. 3 minutes later, he's now at 2,376. Damn, you're killing it, Jermaine. And then again, right now, 10 minutes later at 6:48, he locked in a total of 4,101. Amazing work, Jermaine. You're killing it, bro. And he's taking small lot sizes, right? He's not taking anything big. He's taking a small lot size, and he's just listening to what I'm saying here on the live session. So, nice. Jermaine said, I'm making 500 calling it a day, almost passed. Great work, Jermaine. And this is key, man. This is key because Jermaine was about to give up on trading. He was about to give up on trading last week. I mean, I don't know if you care about me sending these messages, but Jermaine messaged me on like September 14th, and he said he was going to be done trading. He came back on September 16th, and look how much profit he made up today, 4,000. So the key here, guys, is to stay consistent. There's also a snipe here that may be available. I'm probably not going to enter it right away. I'll wait for it to pull back, because it's probably going to pull back a little bit, and I'll catch it for a discount. So actually there's a snipe, and there's also, here, I'm going to take a smaller lot size for this. Here's the thing, guys. There's a snipe here and there's a daily entry. So I might take it for a one lot. I'm just gonna let this trade run. Yeah, man, my freaking MT4 sucks. I'm trying to fix my lot size here. Okay, so there's two entries that are actually available right here. It's the daily and the snipe. I'm not going to enter right away. I'm probably going to hop in for a discount. Or what I'm going to do is I'll probably scalp it within the move. So I'm not going to hop in right away, but I'll scalp it for the move. You know, like basically what Kip said the other day. Kip, I don't know if you're in here right now, but Kip basically mentioned that, and I don't recommend entering the snipe right now. What Kip was mentioning before is, you know, basically what he started to notice is that when there's a big candle like this, price will come back. It'll retrace to half of the candle, and then it'll spike all the way up. So I don't recommend anyone take the trade just yet. I'd probably wait for it to pull back a bit, for it to come down, and then swing all the way back up. Oh, there's Kip. There you go. So Kip, your analysis might play out again, where price comes down, you know, halfway down the candle, and then it shoots all the way back up. So I'm going to wait for that so I can get a bigger move. I'll probably catch it because that's like an extra almost 1,000 pips right there. Let's see. So yeah, I don't recommend anyone enter it yet. I mean, if you guys want to enter it with a smaller lot size, and I would hold it for the actual daily entry. So you have a big net right here. I wouldn't hold it for the snipe. I would just basically use a snipe as some sort of place mark to identify where price is likely to go. Because what might happen here is if price hits the snipe, it might come back down and then shoot back up to the upside. A lot of back and forth movement today. Looking over at the 3 minute, there's no entry here. Also no entry here on the 1 minute just yet. Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Kip said I've been putting a buy stop order above and dragging it down as it retraces. Smart move. Yeah, no, definitely. That's actually a really good move right there. And what Kip means by that is like when price comes down, he just has a buy stop ready so that when it does shoot up, he automatically gets filled into the position. So definitely great idea right there, Kip. And I'm like tempted to enter already, but I want to just wait for it slightly. So let me just put some alerts here for these. All right, so I have an alert right there for snipe. And guys, you guys got to remember that today is, I mean, this whole week's gonna be kind of risky because the Fed's gonna speak. So you guys got to make sure to adjust your stop losses accordingly when price reaches, you know, TP1. And that's just my advice. If you guys don't want to do it and let it run to full TP, that's cool too. But, you know, for your own sake, you should probably be a little more careful, especially during a week like this where price is kind of just going like literally all over the place. All right, setting my alerts for everything here. I'm not in these positions yet. I'm just waiting for it to pull back a bit because we've seen it move like this a lot of times in the past, and then there's a lot of times where we could have got a better entry for this. We're pending signal on the 1 minute. So I'm basically basing the entry off this off the daily entry. I think we're good for the most part. Yeah, so I wouldn't take this the snipe here, and the reason for that's because I'm anticipating it to drop back halfway, and then I'd probably get it for a discount, then I'd let it swing all the way back up. So that's why I wouldn't take the snipe right there. Let's see. Roger said for the snipe, is it valid even with the candle body touching the pivot? So if the body is touching the pivot, then it would be invalid. However, for this right here, the reason why I didn't take it was because this candle was so big, right? If you measure this candle right here, this candle is like a almost 2,000 pip move. It's 1,650 pips. So when it's a big move like that, generally it's going to have to come down to test this area, and then it swings back up. So it's probably going to come down and test the pivot right here, and then it's going to shoot back up. So this is why I didn't want to take that. I'd rather wait for this to swing back up, and I'll take the daily entry right here because it's going to be a lot more lucrative to catch a bigger move, you know, for 1,500 pips versus, you know, a small little snipe right here. So I'm just going to delete this because we're not really following this as much. where for the most part, we're following the daily entry right here. All right. Let's see. Hey, Kenny, morning. Nice. Kenny made about 1958 this morning. Great work, Kenny. Yeah, I know Kenny here is using like a smaller account, so it's good to see that you're stacking up like profits every day, Kenny. As long as you can stay consistent with your profits and you continue to avoid losses, you'll be able to stack those profits. Your account will just continue to go over time. Another question from Roger. Roger's asking, so it'd be okay touching the pivots? Yeah, so Roger, it's okay to touch the other pivots, but it's rejecting off this blue pivot right here, right? So let me just scroll in a little bit so you can kind of see. So as you can see right here, the wick is touching the blue pivot, right? You're looking for the farthest pivot. It's touching the blue pivot right here, so it'd be okay because these over here don't really matter. You just want to look for the farthest pivot. So it's touching the blue pivot here, and the pivot's not touching the body, so it'd technically be active. However, if you see a big candle like this, I usually don't like to enter right away because it has to retrace to some extent, right? You can see right here, price retraced halfway, and then now it's starting to swing all the way back up. So, I mean, if you wanted to enter for a late entry, you probably could have made a lot of profit off that there because this wick right here was about like 300 pips already. But, you know, that's where it becomes a little more advanced. That's where you start to use more subjective confirmations, which, I mean, you can start using like at some point once you get this stuff down. But for the most part, if you're following the strategy, you know, to the T, a couple of things to look out for is when you enter right after a big candle, because generally it has to retrace a little bit. Okay, going back to the 1 minute over here, this is retraced right here. We're now looking for a possible buy entry. Same with the 3 minute over here. We're still waiting for this retracement to finish. Once it finishes, we can catch this for a buy to swing back up. So let me delete this real quick. Let me switch this up right here. So I'm not in this daily entry either, guys. So, you know, just another reminder, guys, I'm not in any of these right here. I'm not in the daily. I wasn't in the 10-minute snipe. I'm waiting for this to pull back, and I want to catch it for a swing back to the upside. So if I do enter, I'll let you guys know. But right now I'm just waiting. You know, we're just waiting patiently for this to swing back to the upside. Because there's a lot of manipulation in the market, right? So you guys saw in the morning, the fundamentals were completely green, but price started, it like completely dropped. And then looking at current price right now, you can see where it's like still completely green. But even though it's completely green, like you can see it's up 230 points so far in the green, but price is still starting to come right back down. This is where you don't want to trade. You don't want to trade where price is being manipulated like this, where price comes right back down. You want to catch it as it swings right back up to where it's supposed to go. So this is why we're waiting for it. It's all about patience, guys, just patience. When I do enter a trade, I'll let you guys know. I'm not in anything right now. I took that small 1 minute pivot scalp and I made profit off it. I mean, it wasn't that much. It was like 200 bucks for both of my accounts. So I locked in about 400 for the day, which is not, it's not a lot, but you know, profit's profit. A lot of times, a lot of people aren't optimistic about the profits. They want to see big profits right away. Even for myself, right? Like I know I can make more profits, but for me, I like to be very careful. I don't like losing trades. So I'd rather have $400 in profit than have, you know, 1,000 negative. That's just the way I see things. But everybody trades differently. So it's just really up to your preference. Looking at this right here, price is starting to swing down to the bottom, but I'm not going to take any sells. The reason for that is because the fundamentals are still very strong. Until these fundamentals start to swing, like if these start to turn like halfway red, because right now they're still majority green. There's like 4 stocks here that are red, but they're not very strong, right? Caterpillar's down 0.83 points, 3M's down 0.57 points, and it's starting to lighten up. These stocks right here can just cover it, right? Visa's up 100, is up 0.69. That can pretty much cover 3M right here, and, you know, etc. All these stocks here, if these just turned, if these just wanted to cover these red stocks, this entire area right here would still be very green. So I'm not going to look for any sells yet because I don't want to get caught in any reversals. And you can see that right there. I see this huge wick. It's because they're basically manipulating price. Because the thing is, if everything's so one-sided, right? So if you see this right here, everything is all one-sided. What do you think people are going to do? They're just going to enter buys. And then how are the market makers and institutions going to make money? They only make money by spiking these people out, right? So what they do is they spike price down right here, they stop people out, and then they swing it all the way back up. It's, it's typical. It's typical manipulation there. And that's how a lot of traders get stopped out of trades, because they're not patient. They don't wait for that swing to the upside. So main key here is just waiting for it, waiting for that perfect entry, and then hopping in. So I'm not in this trade. I'm not in any of these other trades. I'm just waiting. Currently just waiting for this to shoot right back up. Price is also close to the New York high and Asia high. So what I'm going to look for is for price to close above this area again, like earlier, like this, right? So you guys saw how this closed above here. I'm waiting for this to close above here again so that I can catch that swing back to the upside. It's all about patience, guys. I know this looks like this looks like a good entry right here, but I wouldn't hop into it. Don't fall for that trap. Or if you guys want to, hop in with a smaller lot size. I'm trying to advise you guys as much as possible to prevent you guys getting caught in bad trades. Because I know some of you guys, you'll see this here and you'll be like, oh, this looks like a great trade. And you'll hop in and then you'll probably hit your TP. But you might get greedy and not pull out when you're supposed to. You might try to hold on a little longer than the actual move. And then it ends up just swinging all the way back to the upside. So something to to keep in mind. Vincent said, thank God you said not to take a snipe. Yeah, I knew this was going to pull back. That's why I didn't enter this trade either. The market is just going back and forth right now. This is why I don't like when price is like super one-sided like this. I like it when it's actually evened out, because when it's evened out, you don't really see price being manipulated. But right now, this thing is completely green, but price is coming down heavily, right? Which makes no sense, because the daily average right here is up 217 points. Looking at the entire indexes, look at the indexes right here. They're all green, right? Green, green, green. The Dow Jones is up, S&P is up, NASDAQ's up, Russell 2K is up. Everything's up right now, but the market's coming down. And this has been happening for the past couple of weeks now. Past couple of weeks, you've just seen a lot of manipulation going on in the market. And then this has to do with us going from summer to fall as well, right? You see a lot more volatility in the market. Generally, market was moving like about 500 pips per day. Now it's moving like thousands of pips, right? Because we're going back into the fall. Summer is a slow period, and then fall and winter becomes the quicker period. So as you can see right here, market opened at 6:30. So from market open right here at 6:30 up until current session, we've already moved about 2,610 pips. Normally this is moving like less than 1,000 pips per day, but today it's actually moving like very, very volatile. Oh, Biden's speaking right now. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Patrick and Alan. So Patrick and Alan, big thanks to you guys for letting me know. They just mentioned that Biden is currently speaking right now. So I'm probably not going to enter any trades until he's done. Okay, I see right here on CNBC. So yeah, watch like President Biden addresses the United Nations General Assembly. He's probably going to be, okay, this is probably why the market's is on crack right now, because this dude's probably saying some stuff and it's causing the market to go back and forth. Oh man, big thanks to you guys over here, Alan and Patrick, because I didn't even know he was speaking today. He wasn't on the calendar. Yeah, he's not even on the calendar today. I didn't even realize he was speaking today. So Biden is speaking right now, guys. I would probably hold off on entering any trades right now, because Biden might say something and he'll cause price to spike up or down. That's normal. You can see how volatility kind of died down, right? So like, I think a lot of people realize that Biden is talking right now. So now price is just going sideways because a lot of people are just not trading. They're just waiting just like us. All right, Charlie, see you tomorrow. Charlie's out for the day. If you guys want to keep trading, feel free. I'll be on the session, so I can answer questions if you guys have questions. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait and see. Well, Biden's probably going to keep talking for a couple hours. So I think for now, I'm just going to be answering questions. If you guys do have questions, just, pop your questions in the chat and I can answer them. I personally don't recommend anyone trade right now, because this is going on all morning. So the United Nations General Assembly. So right now, Biden's speaking. After that, Brazilian president is going to speak to, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Jair Bolsonaro. So he's speaking right after. With all of these countries over here speaking, this is going to cause a lot of uncertainty in the market. Let's see, the blowback from Paris resulted in the recall of French ambassadors to the US and Australia. There's just a lot of stuff going on that they're going to discuss. And I don't recommend anyone take the risk right now. I mean, if you guys made profit off the earlier trades, that's great. I would probably recommend you guys just, take your profits and be good with it. So let's see. Yeah, Fahad said, yeah, I'm done taking my profits and running. Not worth the risk, I don't think. Yeah, I agree with you too, Fahad. Fahad actually sent his profits here. So Fahad locked in a total of 3,911. So I definitely agree with you. You should probably take your profits and just, call it a day. Because the last thing you want to do is enter trade gambling while Biden's speaking and then end up, yeah, we're probably gonna see some unusual spikes in price. Probably not right now, but you can see prices now starting to just go sideways. So if I take everything up the chart, you guys can see that as soon as Biden started talking, volatility kind of just died down and now it's just going sideways. Because a lot of people are in the same position, right? They don't want to take the risk trading while Biden's speaking. He might say something about the other things that are going on in the world, right? Stuff in Afghanistan, stuff like that. And then that might cause price to just dump. Or he might say something about COVID and price will just dump. Or he'll say something good that the economy is doing well and price will go up. People are analyzing everything that he's saying. So it's something that I would, probably just not take the risk with. Let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. So yeah, Fahad locked in 3,911. Great work, Fahad. Alex over here said, honestly, one of the very few trading groups where I see reds in a member's trade history. No, exactly, right? Very rare. Looking over here, so Jermaine locked in some pretty nice profit all around over here. Jermaine locked in a total of, so Charlie first. Let's start with Charlie. Charlie locked in a total of 1,716, all wins, no losses. Charlie is with us this morning. So all these trades were taken from 6:30 up until 6:48. Within like 10, 20 minutes, Charlie locked in a total of 1,716. So great work to you, Charlie. Scrolling down right here, Jermaine as well. Jermaine's taking smaller lot sizes here, like super small lot sizes, locked in a total of 4,101 for this morning. And you can see the time he took these trades from 6:33 up until 6:45 in about 10 minutes. Jermaine locked in a total of 4,101 with us on this live session. Great work, Jermaine. Again, right here, his other account. So his other account right here, same situation, locked in a total of 1,335. Took some smaller lot sizes here, but they all added up pretty nicely. Jay over here as well. Jay locked in a total of 2,050, all wins, no losses. You can see his trades here were from 5:30 up until 6:46. So within an hour, he locked in 2,050. Great work, Jay. August over here. So August said he held on to that 1 minute. It shot up right here. So August took that trade, traded from 6:30 up until 6:46, about 10 minutes. He locked in a total of 2,249. So this is why it's really important that you guys stay focused during these live sessions, because you guys can lock in a lot of profit as long as you guys do things properly and listen to what I'm saying here and understand how to use, this knowledge that I'm giving you guys to capitalize on these trades here. Because I didn't take any trades myself. I took one trade, that 1 minute scalp. I made about 400 bucks off it, but looking at everyone else here is doing a lot better than me. And I'm the one that's teaching you guys, right? So August here locked in a total of 2,249. That's great. Fahad as well. He locked in at 3,911. Patrick over here locked in a total of 5,570. And he's been killing it. Like everyone here is killing it, guys. Patrick here locked in 5,570. And then his other account right here, he only took two trades, right? The two trades with us earlier this day, the 1 minute scalp from 6:39 up until 6:46. Within less than 10 minutes, he locked in a total of 2,171. So great work there, Patrick. That was great that you held on to that trade. I wish I held on to it a little longer. Same with Albert over here. Albert locked in a total of 2,193. You can see the timestamp here. He took the first trade at 6:31. It's 6:50 right now. So within a 20-minute span, he locked in a total of 2,193. So definitely great work there, Albert. Looking at Angela over here, Angela was not trading US 30, but she traded GJ. She locked in a total of 1,357. So this is all within a 1 hour span as well. Great work, Angela. Cern over here locked in a total of 369 euros. So he traded here as well this morning from like 6 till, he took all these trades actually really quickly. So within like a minute or so, he took a bunch of these buys here, locked in a total of 369 euros. Great work, sir. Other than that, let's see. Roman over here. So Roman said trading small loss, traveling around Canada just in case I lose signal for a few minutes. So Roman over here is traveling. Great work, Roman, making these nice profits this morning as you know while you're on the road. So he's on the road and he's still trading with us here, locked in a total of 191. So great work right there, Roman. Damn, it's nice. So Roman's out there on the road right now. It looks nice out there. Cards ran you, it just cut you off. Yeah, no, definitely. Have fun out there, Roman. I'm glad to see that you're still trading, even though you're on the road. You know, it's not that difficult for you guys to lock in profits as long as you guys know what you're doing here. Let's see, Patricia over here locked in a total of 2,032. Nice work, Patricia. Let me see if there's anything else here. I think that's it for the profits right now. Let's see, Narith over here, he locked in a total of 4,551 this morning. Amazing work right there, Narith. So like, looks like he took a couple trades here. He held on to these a little longer, but he made some pretty nice profit right there. That's pretty massive profit for this morning. 4,501. Great work there. Yeah, Cern's trading while working. So Cern over here is working as well, and he locked in some pretty nice profit there. Other than that, I think that's it for now. I'll check the calendar though. So Henry's asking if since Biden is speaking, is this going to affect the restrictions for FTMO? So let me just check FTMO real quick. I don't think it is because I didn't see it on the calendar. So let me check this right here. And I'm so glad I didn't take the daily entry today, because if I did, I would have been screwed, because you know I didn't know Biden was speaking. I'm sure he has a lot to do with this drop right here, obviously. So I'm looking at the calendar right now, Henry. I don't see any I don't see anything restricted for us. So you guys can still trade if you want to, but I don't recommend you guys do. It's not restricted though, so you'll be fine. Cool. Yeah, thanks for checking on that too, Fahad. So looking over here at the 10-minute. Oh man, thank God I didn't take this trade. I would have been so upset if I took the trade right here, because he didn't come back, because Biden's speaking. Obviously, he's saying something that's not, you know, beneficial for the market. So obviously prices continue to drop. And you know, it just doesn't make sense for it to drop like that, because if you look at the index here, the index is still very green. So the index here is very green, but price is just dumping like heavy. Also looking at the daily average right here, it's still up 122 points. So looking at this right here, you guys saw how the fundamentals were completely green, right? But price over here just kept dropping. So obviously you can see that price was being affected by some other factor. It's not the fundamentals, because if people are following the fundamentals, price would continue to push up. You know, we found out that Biden was speaking like around this time right here. So price was like slightly dropping, and then as soon as Biden started talking, price just started to dump heavily, right? So this is why I don't like trading when Biden talks, or when any official talks, not just Biden, but when the Fed talks, I don't like to trade. Or if any other countries are having some sort of discussion, I don't like to trade either, because some stuff like this will happen where you don't know where price is really going to go, and then all of a sudden it just dumps because you know, Biden might be saying something. And I hate when Biden speaks on it. I like when Trump would speak. Like when Trump would speak, and price would just go skyrocketing. Like if you guys traded with me last year, we would trade when Trump would speak, and then price would just spike up so fast, and you can make so much profit off him, just like, because he'll say anything that's positive for the US, right? Biden, he doesn't really say anything that's really positive or anything that's really negative. He kind of just right down the middle. But then a lot of people just have negative connotations with whatever Biden says, so people just sell off the market, and this is how it drops right here. With Trump though, when Trump was, I don't like Trump as a person, but you know, him as a president, he was I mean, he made the market a little more fun, because every time he said something, price would just spike up like crazy. And it'd be easier for us to just hop into those trades and just hop out really quickly. So I don't recommend anyone trade right now while Biden's speaking, because once he's done speaking, people might start to buy the dip, and then this might just correct back to the upside. And last thing you want to do is enter a trade and be on the wrong side of the market. Let me scroll up real quick and see what else I'm missing. Ellis is asking, just to clarify, I'm using TradeStation, so I can't trade on US 30, but MYM. is basically the same thing. Yeah, Ellis. So you can use YM or MYM depending if you want to trade the mini or if you want to trade the micro. So there's YM. That's going to be one of them. This is like the mini, and I think MYM is the micro. So you can do either one. If you want to do the micro, if you have a smaller account, you can do the micro. You can use any of these really. You can use it 2021, or you can use these. I'm not sure which symbol is used for a trade station, but any of these will work. They're all the same thing. It's just the way that they're priced. YM is going to be more expensive because this is a mini compared to MYM, which is a micro. So for the micro, it's about, I think per point, it's going to be like 10 cents. And then for the mini, it's going to be like $1. So it just depends on which one you plan on using. But it's the same thing. Kit mentioned, would the daily entry be canceled with a reverse momentum signal? So I wouldn't necessarily cancel it just because of that. I would cancel it because of the news. But yeah, if that was to happen, it would still be okay. So let me just go over here and I'll show you an example of like when it would pull back. So let me just delete these alerts because we're not following this trade anymore. So let me delete that. Man, freaking Biden. All right, so let me just show you, like, I think yesterday was kind of like that. So yesterday was the 20th. Actually, we didn't have an entry yesterday because it was invalid. I'm gonna skip the 17th because the 17th was a Friday. Well, let's go to Thursday. So 16th over here. I'm just gonna try to look for the daily entry. Well, this would have hit TP already, so it wouldn't even count. Because this right here, you took this one. Actually, no, we hit TP1. So this one doesn't count. Let me go to the other one. I'm going to look for an example where it has a negative, an opposite signal, but then it comes back. I just want to show you an example because that'll happen sometimes if like something's going on in the market, but it usually just shifts right back to the other side. We didn't take this because it happened too late. Let's go back to 6 o'clock. We didn't take this one. It happened too late. I mean, there hasn't been very many entries, but yeah, short answer to your question is no, it wouldn't invalidate it. So maybe this right here, would this be one? I think this would have hit TP before I even reached the area. Yeah, so never mind. This would have hit TP already before it would have hit the opposite signal. Let's see if I can find an example for you here, Kip. I just want to show you. Let me take the pivots off because the pivots aren't necessary for the strategy here. It's strictly off momentum. I mean, obviously this would have been a full TP with no drawdown. Yeah, there's no drawdown right there. Let's see if I can find one here. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop your questions, guys. Or if you guys want to wait for the mentoring session later, we can do that as well. It's just really up to you guys, however you guys want to do it. Okay, so this might be an example right here. Hopefully this will fit your what we're looking for here, Kip. Okay, perfect. So this is a perfect example of what Kip just mentioned. So Kip was mentioning, if you take the daily entry here, so let me just go back over here and replay. And I'll put the strategy right here. So basically for this strategy over here, this is the daily entry. And Kip's question was that, if you get a valid entry. So for example, right here, we have a valid entry because we're looking for entries after the market open, which is 6:30. So market opened right here at 6:30. This wouldn't be an entry because it's invalid. We need the first valid K2 momentum signal. So for example, right here, we have a valid signal. And it's valid because it's a sell signal with a red candle within it. So right here, we would enter on the open of the falling candle. We set our TP stop loss to 1,500 pips. So if you were to let this run, you can see price comes down, it gets close, and then it swings back to the upside right here. So Kip's question here is, if you get an opposite signal, do you cancel out the trade, right? For some people, if you don't feel comfortable about the position, this is all going to be a personal decision here. you can pull out, right? If you want to pull out in profit right here because you've seen opposite signal, that's completely fine. However, this doesn't cancel the trade. Right here, you have an invalid signal, and then price kind of just retraces a little bit, and it just kind of goes sideways for a bit. You can see it just goes sideways, right? So when it goes sideways like this, people sometimes get nervous or like, oh yeah, I should just pull out of the position. So if you don't feel comfortable about it, just pull out the position. But if you're okay with it and you took a decent, risk and you're okay with holding it, you can hold on to it. And then eventually it just comes right back down to where it's supposed to go, right? Eventually. So for me personally, I usually just hold on to it because I'm taking such a small lot size, or I'll move my stop loss in profit, right? To like break even or something like that, or slightly in profit. It just really depends on the person, right? Because some people, they don't like holding on to trades for that long. So if you're that's your trade personality and you're not okay with holding trades for like 24 hours, then in that situation, you can just close it out, or you can move your stop loss in profit. For me personally, I don't like holding trades for that long, so I usually move my stop loss in profit, or I get out at TP1, or all of the above. There's like different things that you guys can do. It just depends on how you like to trade. So, quick answer to your question is no. If you get an invalid signal, it's fine, Kip. But if you don't feel comfortable about it, then I would probably just pull out. So, other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I am missing here. Delete this. See if Biden's still speaking. Yeah, Biden's still talking right now, so I'm not going to trade. I'll just answer questions if you guys do have any questions. Matthew, did you just see what I just went over? Because I just saw your question. Sorry, you said, can you break down the daily entry again? So basically, I'll show you another example here. Where is this? So the daily entry is taken on the 10-minute. Let me go to yesterday's. Or there was none yesterday because it was an invalid signal. And I don't think there was one on, what day was I just looking at? Sorry, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, so I'll just give you guys another breakdown right here. This is just an example of how the strategy works. So again, right here, here's the requirements. You're just looking for an entry after the New York Stock Exchange open, which is 6:30 a.m. my time, which would be right here. This is 6:30, right? The next candle right here, you're looking for the first valid K2 momentum signal. So right here, we have a valid buy signal. It's a buy signal with a green bullish candle within it. With that said, you enter on the open of the falling candle, which would be right here. TP stop loss is going to be fixed at 1,500, which is 1,500, and then you let the trade run. Once you let it run, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's like there's not really much to it. You kind of just follow the requirements there. And what we're doing here is we're looking for momentum off the open. So we're looking for the direction right here. That's why we're looking for the first valid signal, and we're going to catch momentum as it swings up. Some other people have different ways of doing it. Like for me personally, I like waiting for it to pull back a little bit if it's a big candle like this, because generally it'll pull back halfway and then it shoots back up. So instead of entering right here and getting 1,500 in profit, if you enter down here, like not even to the very bottom, but halfway, you would have locked in maybe double that or close to double that. So, I mean, there's different ways to apply this, but if you just want to follow it, to the T, how it's supposed to be applied, this is how it would be applied. And it's pretty simple. It's not that difficult. You're literally just looking for momentum after the market is open for the day. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Riga said, looks like it's going to explode. Yeah, no, I agree. The market, it's probably going to swing back up eventually. Probably once Biden is done talking. I think he's still talking right now. Yeah, he's still talking. So I think price will continue to drop. And then once he's done talking, people are going to try to buy the dip, right? That's usually what happens. People just wait for him to be done talking. They let price drop, and then they just spike it all the way back up. Let's look at the retail sentiment. So as you can see right here, it was like about 60% long, now it's 58. A lot of people have pulled out of their long positions or they got stopped out, one or the other. Zachary's asking, hi, Shawn, where do you see where you can't trade on FTMO? If you go on the FTMO website, there is a, so once you log into FTMO, just go to your, your like drop down menu on the tabs on the left side, and then under apps it'll say economic calendar. That's where you'll find the restricted events where you can't trade. See if there's anything else here. Kenny is asking, would you use a regular separate bank account or a business account when starting a FTMO? I mean, it just depends on how you're trading it, right, Kenny? If you're running it through a business, everything should be done in a business account. If you're doing it through your personal, then you should do it through a personal account. You can't open a business account unless you have a business. So you can't just go in and say, I want to open a business account. You have to have an actual business that's registered. You have to have, I mean, depending on where you're located, you usually need like an EIN. There's a couple different requirements that they need. So you can't just go in and just open a business account. You have to have an actual business before you open the account. For me personally, I do recommend that you run it as a business, because then you'll have, you have a lot of tax benefits that way. If you want to go on the live session later for the mentoring session, I can go into that a little more in detail. I don't want to go into detail here because I'm not sure, like majority of people here probably don't care about that, or majority of people here are probably not even located in the US. So if you want to go more into detail with that, can you just hop onto the mentoring session today at 2, and I could go more into detail about that. I know you're not on the premium yet, but I'm willing to help you out because I know you've been with K2 for a while. I want to make sure you make enough profit so that you can finally join K2 and get to that level where you're trying to reach. So other than that, I don't see any other questions here, guys. It's 7:30 right now. So if you guys have questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. Otherwise, I think I'm going to call it a day because Biden is still speaking right now. I don't recommend anyone trade during this time because he's going to, and let me just update this. So let me update this real quick. You can see right here. So Biden is talking about, so it says President Joe Biden will defend his decision to end America's military mission in Afghanistan as he addresses the UN General Assembly on Tuesday for the first time as president. So he's talking about the Afghanistan issue. He's also talking about COVID. He's also talking about climate change. And he's also talking about issues with China, right? So all of this stuff is going to affect the market because these are all like global issues. Oh yeah, okay, Kenny. So Kenny, you're in Kentucky. Yeah, so I would probably recommend you run it as a business. I'm not sure if you know how to start a business in Kentucky. It's not really difficult. I think you can just do it online. One place that you can look is called LLC University. Let me just give you the website real quick. So if you go on this website right here, Kenny, you can go to LLC University and choose your state. And then once you choose your state, they'll give you like the details of like, like whatever you plan on, wherever you plan on starting it. You obviously want to start it in your state because you're going to be, so Kentucky LLC, and they give you all the details here. Your name, your LLC, registered agent, articles of organization. They give you all the details here of like what to do, and your licenses, permits, stuff like that. Because I'm in California, so it's different here. I think it's a lot easier in your state. So all you do is just, follow this stuff out here. You go to the bank, you ask for a business bank account, you open a business credit card, you charge everything to your credit card, and those all become deductions. So when you do that, you have a lot of tax benefits. We'll go over that later. But yeah, if you want to hop on the session later, I'll go over that with you a little more in detail. Because it's beneficial for you guys. If you guys are good at trading and you guys are using FTMO, it'll save you a lot on taxes, and you can get a lot of cool things like my car, and like there's a lot of things that you guys can do once you like actually have a business that you're running, which trading for FTMO is a legitimate business thing, like because you're making profit from it. As long as the business makes profit, it's a business. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Nice. Dean said we got our profit, now just wait to see if we can catch the buy and hold. Nice. So Dean's going to be waiting for the buy. I'll probably wait for the buy as well on my end. But I'm probably going to log off the session because I don't want to risk like taking any unnecessary trades when the market is kind of just going sideways right now. So you can see that market's starting to shift, it's starting to balance out. It's still up 150 points, now 120 actually, 142. But with Biden speaking, I definitely don't want to enter a trade because the last thing you want to do is enter a buy because you think it's going to come up, Dean. And then Biden says something about China, and then this thing starts dumping again. So I think that's it for this session, guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. If you guys are in the premium, just a reminder, I have the group mentoring session with you guys today at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And then, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, Kenny, you start your regular job at 5 Kentucky. You guys are 3 hours ahead, right? I don't know what the time difference is between California and Kentucky, but it'll be recorded. So the main place for you to look at first, just go to LLC University, you know, get up to date with like how to start a business, LLC, stuff like that. And then there's a little more details. I can help you with that. Just like message me on Telegram and I'll help you with that stuff too. Because it's gonna be super beneficial. Like once you get funded and when you start making profit through FTMO, it'll help you with like saving on taxes and stuff like that at the end of the year. So other than that, I think that's it for this session, guys. Okay, perfect. So Abraham will be there too. Damn, Abraham, it's 1:30 a.m. for Abraham for this session. So we'll try to get through that pretty quickly. And I'll see you guys later on the group mentoring session. So if you guys want to sit on it, feel free. If you guys are here on the YouTube and you guys aren't in the premium yet, I'm probably not going to be looking at the YouTube, but you know, if we have some free time, I'll go over and look over there and answer your guys' questions as well. I'm here to help all you guys out. I want to make sure that all you guys are profitable here at K2. And then let's see another. Rick said, fuck Joe Biden, and he locked in a total of a little more. Dang, Rick, did you have an accident there? Let me see. Because I swear you had like a lot more profit earlier. Oh yeah, so Rick had an accident. I guess Rick was in he was in a buy, and then he had to close out of that trade because Biden spoke, and you know, obviously price dropped. But he made some profit. He still made some more profit right here. So unfortunately, Rick got caught in a buy there while Biden was speaking, and he caused price to drop. I mean, other than that, at least you're still in profit, Rick. That's the main key. Your main key is that you're still in profit. I would just call it a day and then come back tomorrow because Biden's trying to keep pushing price back and forth. So I'll see you guys later. If you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the live session today at 2 p.m. Pacific time, which is California time, for our group mentoring session. So see you guys later, and I'll catch you guys on that session in a few hours. So have a great rest of your morning, and don't trade